You're recording that. Radio Raheem here with Andre Ward. Andre, you've stepped into Dallas Stadium. You're here talking to the press about a fight that may even be bigger than the fight you came to see. How long has it been with this Kovalev build-up, with the promoters getting everything together, where you finally knew everything was set, it's ready to go, and this fight is happening?
I mean, I don't know how long it's been. It's the right time. I'm a firm believer in that. I try not to get too caught up in timetables and, getting too excited about things not moving fast enough or whatever the case may be. I just try to play my position, do all that I can do, and just be patient with the process. So when big fights like this, I mean, to be honest with you, I think we might have set a record for getting this fight done as fast as we did. With the type of fight, the type of fighters that are involved. Obviously, me and Sergey. So I don't think it was, that big of a, issue getting the fight done. Of course, there's going to be snags and hang-ups, and people are going to float things to the media that may not be 100% true. But at the end of the day, we got it done, and that's what matters.
As soon as your fight was over, I'm in Los Angeles. They have a press conference. This is where the controversy begins. Kathy Duva says that they held a press conference, and you were a no-show. But obviously, you take exception to that, so no one's really clear on what happened in that moment, why you weren't at the press conference, and was the fight made at that point?
I mean, I think first that, anybody who's followed me or known me would know that, I never no-show. I'm a professional, and it starts, obviously, with the build-up to a fight, media obligations, things like that. I honestly don't know what happened with that situation. That wasn't a press conference that I was supposed to be at. From my understanding, that was a one-on-one with him and the media. Kathy Duva doesn't run anything on my side. She's not my promoter, my manager, my advisor, anything. And sometimes she can be a little pushy and kind of want things her way. I understand that. She's been in the business a long time. She's a female in the business, and she wants her respect. I get that. But in terms of us not showing and just, we would never do anything like that. And I just think it was, a little unprofessional to kind of float it and make it seem. But, sometimes, to be honest with you, that brings some more excitement and attention to the event and to the fight. It makes people a little bit more eager about it. So maybe it'll work in our favor.
This fight lacks no tension, certainly not attention, but tension either, between you and Sergey. What personally do you feel about Sergey Kovalev, not just as a boxer, but as an individual? Where do you guys come down relationship-wise there? I
mean, I don't know him, and I don't, this is a man that is literally preparing to try to hurt me and take food off my table. So, how can you befriend an individual like that? Do I have anything personal against him? Do I wish him any harm in our fight or anything like that? Absolutely not. But there's no love. We're not cool. I'm not going to, go across the room to shake your hand or anything like that before we fight. But as you've seen in all my fights, I'm very, intense and very locked in before my fights. But I feel like I've shown everybody respect after. Even when, maybe they've taken shots at me or not giving me my credit for, the victory, I still show them respect because I understand, how tough it is to do this. This is a tough business, outside the ring, inside the ring. So personally, I don't know much about him. I just know that this is a man that's preparing to try to do something to me, and I can't let that happen.
And right before I let you go, let's look at the matchup technically. You were disappointed that you weren't able to knock out your last opponent. People were disappointed in Kovalev's last outing as well. But, you got the win. Both of you got the win. When it comes to the two of you facing each other, everyone gives him the credit for the punching power and thinks that this is going to be a slugfest. Is that kind of fight in your best interest? And if not, what style can you force this fight into for the victory?
I mean, at the end of the day, he's got a good coach, John David Jackson. They're obviously doing a lot of talking, too much talking. If you ask me, I didn't come from the era where we're going to tell you what we're going to do to you. We just do it. I don't understand that line of thinking. He made a comment from what I heard about, getting in my head or something, and that's literally impossible. I've been boxing too long. I've experienced too much in this sport. It's impossible. It's not going to happen. So they're barking up the wrong tree when it comes to that. But in terms of the actual matchup, and I mean, this is why you got to tune in. This is why you have to be there because I can't predict it. I just know that I'm going to get in tremendous shape. The best possible physical shape that I can get in. I'm coming to win. I don't get caught up in reputations. I've fought big punchers before. I'm sure that whatever they're saying about his punching power is legit, but it's going to take more than that to beat me. There's different nuances. There's ebbs and flows. It's not. I'm not afraid. And that's what happens with a lot of guys that fight Kovalev. They get in and they freeze, and then he has a field day. It's not going to happen in this fight.
Radio Raheem with SOG, Andre Ward. Thank you for the time, man. I'm so glad you came out here.
Appreciate it, man. Thank
We'll see you in November in Las Vegas, no doubt. Radio Raheem with SOG, Andre Ward.